The Tony Awards, taking place on Sunday at New York City's Radio City Music Hall, saw a surprise performance by Marjorie Stoneman Douglas high school students, singing a rendition of Seasons of Love, from the musical Rent. The students were introduced to the stage by Matthew Morrison, who had performed with some of the Parkland students for a benefit concert. He continued, "For us, it was a life-changing experience to see these inspiring young people channeling their intense feelings of hurt and rage and sorrow into art." Morrison added that one of the students, Tanzel Phillip, had contacted the Tonys asking to appear as part of the telecast on Sunday. The Broadway community showed up in our time of need and brought some much-needed light into the dark. He had written, "Well, Tan, rather than inviting you onto this stage to say thanks to us, our Broadway family wants to give and say thanks to you, by sharing this stage with you and your classmates." Morrison said in response, "The Tony Awards has annually bestowed an Excellence in Theatre Education Award on a K-12 kindergarten to 12th grade drama teacher, in conjunction with the Carnegie Mellon University. This year, it was received by Marjorie Stoneman Douglas high school teacher Melody Hertzfeld, who said, 'Next to the passing of my dear parents and in-laws, marrying the love of my life and the birth of my amazing sons and reuniting with my theater students, there has never been a more defining moment of my life.'" Ms. Hertzfeld was one of the survivors of the shooting at her school in Parkland, Florida, in February, which killed 17 people. "All the goodness and tragedy that has brought me to this point will never be erased," she said in her speech, which took place ahead of the televised portion of the ceremony. "I remember on February 7th, in a circle with my students, encouraging them to be good to each other. And I remember only a week later, on February 14th, a perfect day, where all these lessons in my life and in their short lives would be called into action. We all have a common energy. We all want the same thing. To be heard, to tell our truth, to make a difference, and to be respected. We teach this every day in every arts class." Ms. Hertzfeld, who was responsible for more than 50 productions at Stoneman Douglas High School, received a $10,000 prize for her theater program. Follow Independent Culture on Facebook for all the latest on film, TV, music, and more.